Introduce you to the brand new CTEK D250S dual DC to DC battery charger. Now I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but what it's about is you getting the best potential you can out of your dual battery system. So whether you have dual batteries in your vehicle like the Hilux we have here behind us, or whether it's in your caravan or maybe even your boat, it's getting the best charge you possibly can while you're driving or motoring along. Now traditionally in a vehicle like we have here behind us, we'll have dual batteries and we'll use some form of isolator or relay to be able to join or disconnect the batteries while we're driving. Now that's a good system, but what it lacks is the ability to fully charge our second battery. I mean, in the case of the Hilux we've got here behind us, the alternator itself doesn't have the voltage capability to get that second battery to 100% charge, which we want. We want to be able to run our fridges, our lighting for as long as possible. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use a DC to DC battery charger. Now a lot of you may be familiar with the CTEK brand. You go and plug it in the wall, chuck it on your battery and it gives you your best possible charge you can. Well, this guy, instead of plugging into the wall, actually sits between your two batteries. Now, how it works is it'll sit between battery 1 and 2, and once our voltage on our start battery, as we're driving along, comes up to 13.1 volt, the unit itself will turn it on and it'll start to operate. By doing that, instead of just joining the batteries together, it actually takes in an amount of amperage, up to 20 amps, and then boosts that voltage and outputs that amperage at a higher voltage than what our alternator can do. It then goes through a 6-stage charging pattern to make sure we deliver 100% charge to our second battery. The other big advantage of a system like this is that we're able to get that charge into that battery far more quicker than we can with a standard DC charging system like our relay or solenoid. It's a very easy system to install, and I've drawn a bit of a diagram here so you folks out there can see how we can incorporate this system with a few other goodies. Now as you can see here, we have our start battery. We've got positive that comes from our start battery into the unit itself, out of the unit to our second battery, and we've earthed the DC to DC battery charger. But the biggest feature of the dual 250S, of course, is the fact that it has dual inputs. So it means if we're out there in our camper trailer, we're driving along, we're getting the best charge we can in our batteries, but we pull up and we want to use our solar panel, easy. Simply join the output, positive and negative, of our solar panel to the extra input on the D250S dual. We've now got a solar regulator as well. So not only is it a DC to DC battery charger, it's also an NPPT solar regulator. So you're getting the best potential from two different sources of our energy. Now of course, it's great to have a system like this, but we also want to be able to monitor what's happened. So in this system I've drawn here, we've incorporated the Balmain volt amp meter. Now that sits on the outside of our service battery, and it allows us to view what voltage that battery's at, as well as how many amps we're currently using from our system. We've also included one of our Balmain fuse blocks, which allows us to distribute loads out to things like sockets, maybe even to power our fridge, even some lights we might want to run. So have a chat to the staff today and ask them how you can cater a system to suit your car, your boat, your motorhome, your caravan. Of course, while you're there, make sure you check out the new CTEK D250S dual and how it's going to help you in your applications.